There's a lot more stuff on there, so you probably, it's all listed on there, take a look at it. You probably should answer some of the stuff.
I like
So we need a blurb there too. So what did we do in that discussion? Talk about what we did. We looked at further applications of nuclear fusion. Maybe you, and it depends on which question that you had. Did you look at why we can't harness it? I read a lot of your stuff. Pretty interesting. I bookmarked some of your articles, some of your videos, and they were pretty good. Okay? So we need that little blurb there. What did we do in that third one? And once you've got that written down, you can put that away. Yep. Gravity starts good, so this feels good. We did this one, talk about what we did. Oh, how was that? That was the discussion online. You looked up an article and then you responded to it last night.
You should turn that the other way, because then it looks like the forward.
I still have more of these. It's just easier to hang it
Miss,
that way.
we're done.
What?
We could.
Are we gonna blow stuff up? Yeah.
It's
That
not
would
coming
be
out the center.
in chemistry.
But, like, I'm gonna make it there.
Oh, I'm gonna
I don't have
have
that.
that hands on instead of writing.
I don't have this.
I'll share it with you.
Well, it said, I just, okay, let me search up unit 2 table. Nothing that looks like it.
Look in your email from me. Search an email from me. All right, once you're done, you can put it away. Share it with you last week.
Oh.
We want blurbs in this. So first one, we want to start, and then I want you to summarize what we did. So it's just a summary. So you're gonna write the name of the activity, and then you're gonna describe a little bit about what we did or what we learned.
So, okay, what should we write for this? Is that the one like it didn't understand?
So gravity starts over here. So I want gravity to start. And then that's the little blurb about what the big ideas are.
Oh, you have a staple. Like, what do you think? Like the class. Like with this, I need blue.
So this is over the new stuff, and it's always up here. So these two go under understanding one. This one goes under. That was in the last one. That was the question.
Yeah, I know for this one, and I like use some of the.
All right, so here's the plan. We got a couple days of new material left, and then we'll have a test.
Oh, yay.
So next week, right? We got a 4-day weekend, so it's important that we stay on top of stuff because it's very, very easy. It's going to be very easy for you to forget everything that you've done. So next week, tests or performance tests, probably tests. Right? Really, the big thing that we have left is we're going to talk a little bit specifically about stars. Okay? specifically about stars and how we know stuff about them, all the different things that we've got, right? So how many of you guys, raise your hand if you think that there are aliens out there somewhere? Me. Who thinks that there's aliens? Okay. Why would we want to blow them up instead of, like,
Yeah, I mean, we could blow them up, even if we had the power to blow them up. We could learn so much about them from them. That's really good. If we're gonna blow them up, why not just Google them and get every information out of them?
and we're going to see this a little bit today.
Hush, children.
Listen up.
I'm not for torture.
When we start looking, at all the different kinds of stars that we have, you're going to notice that our sun is the kind of sun that we are, kind of star that we are. It's not a very common star. Okay. Right. So Sophia, what did I just say? Nope. Other one. What did I just say? Okay. Right? Somebody tell me what I just said. Our star is what?
Not a very common.
It's not a very common one, so we're going to see that today. We're going to look at some of the different groups. Now, here's what's important about those, right? So if we're trying to find aliens, what we might do, what I might do, is I might go find and start looking around the areas of the stars that are like ours. Because if our sun is sort of like in the Goldilocks thing, it's not too big, it's not too small, it's just right. If it can help sustain life in the planets around it, maybe a star that's like ours somewhere might be able to do that, okay? So now we're starting to go look for places that might have water or any of that kind of stuff. Not necessarily that we would ever get there, but we can try and see if we've got life, right? And we can also understand, hey, this star falls under this certain category, and we can see how long is it usually supposed to live, right? How bright is it going to be? That can help us determine how far away it is. And most importantly, my favorite thing, it can help us figure out once it dies, is it going to create a black hole and suck everything around it inside and sort of tear things to shreds? Or is it going to create something else? Okay, like our sun, we're going to learn about how, since it's not one of the larger stars, we are not going to become a black hole. Which is a bummer, right? It's a bummer. So, what we're going to do first, I want you to take a look at this, okay? First, we're going to use a lot of this chart a lot, but there are 4 letters, okay? There are 4 letters, A, B, C, and D. A is looking for you to interpret, where do you think a star that is hot and bright might be on this sheet? And you should write the letter A on that sheet, on the graph, okay? Where do you think that something is that is hot and bright would be? You're going to take your writing utensil, what you guys have it in your hands, and you're going to write down where you think A would be, okay? This graph is weird. I'm telling you right off the bat. This is the one that, like, scientists actually use. It does not go in a good order. If you notice it, it goes 40,000, 15,000, 10,000, 6,000, 5,000, 4,500, 3,000. It goes in a very weird order, okay? So we've got a place that's hot and bright. Find a place that's cool and bright. Okay, so it's really, really bright on the brightness. That's on the vertical, on the y-axis. And then find something that's sort of cooler. That would be B. Do that for hot and dim, as well as cool and dim. Okay? Okay, and this circle that I've got right there, what letter would you put? A. That'd be A. Okay, how about here? B. What about right below it? C. How about here? C. Okay, and this goes like what? What is the top? Is it 100,000? Yep. And the last one is what? How many zeros are there? 0.00 through
4 zeros.
4 zeros and a 1. Okay? If you notice, this is not evenly spaced. If this was a normal graph and you made this, I'd be like, what are you doing? Because it goes from 6,000 in the middle-ish, and it goes 3,000 this way, and 34,000 the other way. So this is obviously not correctly spaced out, but this is still the one that they use. So here's how this is going to work. Okay? Allie and Carlos, you guys are going to split up. You're each going to join a group. So Allie, when we move, you're going to be in this group. Carlos, you're going to be in that group. Okay? And then Sophia and Savannah, you're going to split up too. Sophia, you're going to come in this group. Savannah, you're going to come in that group. Okay? Now we've all got groups of 4, basically. Okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to recreate this graph on your tables in chalk. Okay? So you're going to draw this in chalk. And I want you to use as much of the table as you possibly can. So this line right here, you should go from the top of the table all the way past the 2 tables, and that should be one line. And then go all the way across. You want this to be as big and spaced out as you can possibly get it, because everything is still going to be cramped together. All right? Make sure that your stuff is evenly spaced out, just like it is on the chart. Okay? And then, after you're done with that, okay, and then you're going to come up and you're going to get one of these. There are almost 100 little cards in here, okay, with a bunch of different names of stars on them. There's a lot. So if you all do about 20, it won't take you very long, okay? After you've got your graph, you're going to plot them by just saying, oh, I found where this goes, and you set that down. Oh, I found where this goes, and you set that down. Some of them are going to overlap each other, right? And you're going to start to see patterns. But if you make assumptions about where they're going to go, you're going to miss some of the outliers. Do we know what outliers are?
No. Yes.
Yeah, there are about 10 stars that do not follow the pattern. And it's super important that we put those in the right spot so that we can have conversations about them. Okay? Once we do that with your group, somebody is going to stand on top of a chair, take a picture, okay? Because I'm not going to make you make this again tomorrow, but I want to be able to have the picture. And then you're going to fill out the table that's at the bottom, okay, where we're just doing some ranges. And it doesn't need to be specific. Now, here's the deal. Some of these, as you notice, are like, this is super weird. There's a lot of these. Some of them are going to be cramped. They might be on top of each other. We're just trying to see the general pattern. So do you need to be 100% accurate on where they are? No, because you really can't be. Any general spots. The easiest way to do this is to stand up at some point. Push your chairs in. Take everything off of your table. Okay? And then grab a handful of them after they're made, and everybody puts down some of them. Okay, if everybody does about 25, you'll be done with this in 5 minutes. Okay. The farthest that anybody has gotten is questions 1 and 2 on the back, and you can definitely do that. If your group just sort of works really hard to do it, you will be done with plenty of time. Okay. So there's chalk up here. A couple people can work on that at a time. Then once they're done, you can come up and grab this at the end of class. So we've got about 30 minutes to make some of this stuff here. Also, all right, this thing needs full evening.
I can not write it.
Go get it. I'll write it. Alexander, I'm putting your paper right there.
Oh, you didn't on the table?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. So should I put it like right here?
Over here.
That's my executive assistant. And you can walk me through each.
So what's up?
Oh, I like this one.
You know that's about.
I was here today. You're with. I think it's 0.0. This is
Oh, I
Oh, I said.
Okay, that's gonna.
So this is right. This is okay.
Aren't you gonna write the A?
I got my lines.
Okay, and there goes the chalk.
okay. Why are you just criticizing everyone?
Good point.
So, do we know?
How do you even know where to go?
It says.
Oh, that's.
So should I write all the numbers? So that it's so Maggie and
Want me to write it?
I can write it. You guys just go say
One
this.
other one to write one thing?
Like do what with these?
Split them up so they can read it.
Sorry.